For centuries, the Bible has profoundly influenced the beliefs and practices of millions, offering a rich tapestry of teachings, narratives, and prophecies. Its enduring significance has made it the most renowned and extensively studied book worldwide. Yet for those unacquainted with Gnosticism, the arrangement and interpretation of Bible stories by Gnostics can present a fascinating enigma, inviting exploration into alternative perspectives and deeper layers of understanding. Gnosticism emerged within early Christianity but diverged from Orthodox beliefs and practices, eventually deemed heretical by the mainstream movement. Within conventional Christianity, the profound depth of Bible stories often remained obscured, their hidden meanings and messages overlooked or misunderstood. Through a Gnostic lens, however, these narratives are illuminated, revealing deeper insights and unveiling the esoteric wisdom embedded within them. Central to their worldview is the concept of gnosis, or spiritual knowledge, which is regarded as essential for salvation. Unlike the Orthodox movement, which emphasized faith and adherence to established doctrines, the Gnostics advocated for a more individualistic and mystical approach to spirituality. They rejected the idea of a singular, omnipotent God, instead envisioning a complex hierarchy of divine beings, with the material world seen as a creation of a lesser flawed deity known as the demiurge. Additionally, Gnostics embraced the notion of dualism, viewing the material realm as inherently corrupt and the spiritual realm as the true source of enlightenment and liberation. These radical departures from mainstream Christian teachings, coupled with their secretive rituals and esoteric beliefs, led to the condemnation of the Gnostics as heretics by the Orthodox authorities at the time. According to the Gnostic perspective, the material realm, including our physical bodies, is perceived as fundamentally flawed and imperfect. In this worldview, the Garden of Eden symbolizes a state of pristine spiritual perfection, a realm where humanity once existed in harmony with the divine, fully aligned with our true spiritual nature. It serves as a potent symbol of the journey toward rediscovering that innate divine essence and reclaiming a sense of spiritual unity and wholeness. In Gnostic cosmology, the figure known as the demiurge is portrayed as an imperfect and ignorant creator deity responsible for crafting the material world. Perceived as a lesser being who inadvertently confines humanity within the realm of material existence, unaware of the true spiritual nature of humanity. The story of Adam and Eve's expulsion from the Garden of Eden is interpreted metaphorically within this framework, symbolizing humanity's descent from a higher spiritual realm into the confines of material existence, orchestrated by the misguided actions of the demiurge. Also with this interpretation, the serpent in Eden takes on a radically different role than in traditional interpretations. Rather than being depicted as a tempter or malevolent force, the serpent is seen as a liberating figure, a harbinger of divine knowledge or gnosis. In this view, the serpent serves as a catalyst for humanity's awakening, offering enlightenment and guiding individuals towards a deeper understanding of their true spiritual nature. Far from being a symbol of temptation, the serpent becomes a beacon of liberation, encouraging humanity to transcend the illusions of the material world and reclaim their inherent spiritual essence. Indeed, within Gnostic teachings, the expulsion of Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden is perceived as an essential step in the journey towards spiritual growth and enlightenment. As humanity exits the garden, it becomes ensnared in ignorance, suffering, and a pervasive sense of separation from the divine, a symbolic representation of the descent into the realm of material existence. Yet, through the guidance of Gnostic wisdom, individuals who are empowered to transcend the constraints of the material liberate themselves from illusion and rekindle their divine spark within. This process of awakening facilitates spiritual liberation, allowing individuals to rediscover their inherent connection to the divine and attain a profound sense of wholeness and unity. Turning to the Gnostic interpretation of the story of Cain and Abel, the narrative is understood as a profound allegory depicting humanity's internal struggle between contrasting aspects of existence. Abel's offering, representing the sacrifice of the spiritual or inner self to God, symbolizes an individual's earnest endeavor to connect with the divine and attain spiritual understanding. In alignment with the Gnostic emphasis on gnosis and the pursuit of spiritual liberation, this sacrificial act is revered for its acknowledgement of the higher, invisible realm and its commitment to nurturing a deeper spiritual connection. On the other hand, Cain's sacrifice, which represents the lower, visible world, is rejected. This is a metaphor for human nature as a materialistic and egoistic entity. The rejection of Cain's sacrifice in Gnostic interpretation represents the belief that focusing exclusively on material desires and attachments hinders our spiritual growth and distances us from our true selves. Humanity's rejection of the spiritual in favor of the material is vividly illustrated in the story of Cain and Abel, culminating in Cain's murder of his brother. This act symbolizing the complete abandonment of the spiritual and the severance of ties with the divine. It represents the turmoil and violence that arise when the pursuit of worldly gains overrides spiritual values and leads to the suppression or denial of our spiritual essence. Turning to Egypt, in Gnostic philosophy, it is often symbolically equated with the material world and its entrapments, systems of control and illusion. It embodies ignorance, the clinging to worldly desires, and the reign of the demiurge, the lesser god responsible for creation. Here, Egypt serves as a potent metaphor for the state of spiritual blindness and bondage to materialism that obstructs humanity's journey towards enlightenment. Here's what I mean. In the Exodus narrative, Moses emerges as a chosen spiritual leader, imbued with divine knowledge, bestowed upon him by a higher power. His journey symbolizes the inner potential inherent in every individual, the divine spark capable of awakening and breaking the chains of ignorance. Moses serves as a guiding light, illustrating the path towards liberation and enlightenment for all who seek to reclaim their true spiritual essence. In the Exodus narrative, the plagues that afflict Egypt serve as symbolic manifestations of divine forces or powers that disrupt and challenge the illusions of the material world. Each plague represents a breaking of the demiurge's hold and the loosening of the physical realm's grip on humanity. Through these transformative events, liberation from the constraints of materialism is achieved, paving the way for spiritual awakening. The crossing of the Red Sea holds profound symbolism as a testament to liberation and transformation. It represents the triumph over obstacles and the dissolution of illusory barriers that impede spiritual progress. The parting of the waters signifies the transition from bondage to the material world to a higher, liberated spiritual state. A powerful metaphor for transcending limitations and embarking on a journey towards greater spiritual awakening and fulfillment. The Israelites' journey through the wilderness following their departure from Egypt is also rich in metaphorical significance, symbolizing a pilgrimage of self-discovery and purification, reflecting the challenges, tests, and growth encountered on our path. Along this journey, we are called to cultivate spiritual values such as perseverance and faith, navigating through the wilderness of life towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and our connection to the divine. And turning to Jesus in the New Testament, where he emerges as a divine figure who serves as a beacon of knowledge and a guide to awakening. For the Gnostics, Jesus is revered as a revealer of hidden truths and a conduit to discovering one's divine spark. His teachings are regarded as esoteric, imparting profound insights into the nature of reality and the path to salvation. His teachings on the kingdom of heaven within and the concept of the divine spark or seed within each individual are often interpreted as Gnostic interpretations. Through spiritual practices and the pursuit of gnosis, Gnostics emphasize the need for self-realization and awakening of this divine spark. Within the sacred texts from the Gospel of Matthew to the writings of Paul, and throughout the esoteric passages of John and Colossians, There is a profound theme resonating, the presence of a divine spark within each individual. Just as Jesus proclaimed the kingdom of God to be within, and Paul spoke of Christ dwelling within believers, these teachings converge to reveal a profound truth, that within every person lies a seed of divine consciousness, an inner light that illuminates the path to spiritual understanding and connection with the divine. As we awaken to this inner reality and nurture our connection, we fulfill our potential for enlightenment and embody the timeless truth that we are indeed temples of the living God, vessels of divine light in a world waiting to be illuminated. Finally, the passion and resurrection of Jesus constitute the epicenter of the New Testament story. The Last Supper, where Jesus gives his disciples the bread and wine, which he says represent his flesh and blood, is understood to symbolize that one can attain eternal wisdom by partaking of Gnostic rites. The crucifixion symbolizes the death of the physical self, or ego, and the resurrection of the spiritual self. Those who possess the secret knowledge of the divine mysteries can attain the resurrection, which is not a historical event but a mystical experience. Also, Gnosticism focuses a lot on the individual's role in the process of salvation and enlightenment, rather than relying solely on external authorities or religious institutions. Gnostics believe that everyone has the potential to attain a direct spiritual experience and knowledge with the divine. Ultimately, the stories and their Gnostic interpretation shed light on the spiritual teachings within the Bible and the deeper meanings behind them. Understanding Gnosticism is essential for unlocking the true potential of the Bible and for comprehending the concealed wisdom that remains hidden to many. It's like trying to understand a poem without background knowledge of the symbolism, themes, and references. The true beauty and depth of the poem can remain hidden. As Proverbs 25:2 suggests, it is in the search for truth that we honor the divine. And through this pursuit we find the keys to unlock the depths of wisdom within the scriptures. Humanfluence out.